let's talk about the logo. If you look at this chart over here, this is simply out there on the web. Look at all the brands, and as soon as you see that picture, all of a sudden, a lot of us will know the vast majority of these brands because we've been brainwashed to think, oh, there's the P&G commercial, there's Nike, there's Pepsi, there's Colonel Sanders over there, there's Nestle, there's Starbucks, and all of a sudden you see the brand, and all of a sudden you have a flash of a message behind each one of them. You've been formally brainwashed into thinking exactly what this brand stands for. I have a Ford. I've got over here. I like my Starbucks coffee every morning and everything else. I like to spend too much money for coffee, so I go to Starbucks in the process. Over here is P&G, Procter and Gamble. They make so many. Yes. Les, please stop as you go through. The logos, we've all been brainwashed in masterful process by the different marketing people. Here, Walmart, save money, live better. You all know that Walmart is actually, they have decent goods that they sell for less than their competitors as you go through. They don't always carry the high-end brands inside their store, and they carry the lower-end brands an awful lot of times, and you could save a lot of money, and by you saving the money, it goes more in your pocket as you go through. Why is the logo so important for branding as you go through? It appears on touch points with the customers and the stakeholders. You use that same logo on the website, on the brochures, on the stationery, on the product, on the packaging, the ads, the uniforms, the stores, and so on, until you walk into a Walmart store. By the time you're going out, Walmart, 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 because you saw it so many times, you're chanting it all the way inside your car, and then on the way home, then you bring out the Walmart bag into your house as you go through. Yes, the logo is everywhere as you go through in the process. Here's AT&T. As soon as you see that, if I wiped out the words AT&T, you would probably automatically know, AT&T, it automatically, and by the time you're all done, the logo brings things with the brand to your mind if you've been doing a good job. It's the main graphic element as you go through. Let's talk about logos. A well-defined logo allows people to quickly identify and recall your brand. There's one brand out there, it's called F45. I have to tell you, in my opinion, it's one of the worst logos possible. It doesn't tell me a thing as to what's going on. I saw that and I drove past it for 2 years, and I finally found out what it stood for, that it's fitness in 45 minutes as you go through. And they have a rotating workout schedule because they talk to somebody else. There's no designation of an athletic place, nothing at all other than a building with a reflective plastic over the windows so I couldn't see inside. And by the time it was all there, I thought, huh, what's that? The logo doesn't tell me anything as you go through. Yogurtland, I know what's in Yogurtland as you go through. I'll bet there's yogurt in Yogurtland. So a lot of times your logo helps you identify your clients and your stakeholders, and it gives them the brand in seconds or a flash of a second as you go through. It creates consistency over different communication channels as you go through. As soon as you have that logo that's out there, all of a sudden, boom, 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 no matter what medium, whether it's a website, a blog, social media, whatever it might be, that logo represents you in a multitude of different mediums in the process. It's part of your brand identity as you go through. There's a couple things when it comes down to logos. Sometimes you change it and people just react against it because you have that whole image that you've changed my values in the process. Well, sometimes you didn't, you just changed the logo, but people identify that logo with the values you've had over the years as you go through. It fosters an image and raises expectations as you go through. They expect the brand to have a very sharp, crisp look as you go through. A good logo design by an expert designer makes your brand stand out, but also makes you look more reliable and trustworthy as you go through. It distinguishes your brand from the competitor as you go through. By the time it's all done, they play a good logo design to differentiate themselves from the competition. The colors, shapes, styles, and typographies of the logo design show what your brand is and what it is not as you go through. Make certain that image you want to carry with it has a message behind it, a very specific one. Sometimes you tell them what the message is to make certain that they get a positive feeling. We stand for as you go through. It has an emotional connection to the stakeholders, boosts brand loyalty as you go through. We have a lot of people today that I want to buy, and they name the product that they want as you go through. In 2010, Gap changes the logo. The customers were so disappointed and they expressed themselves. The company went back to the original one. There's a certain amount of loyalty to a logo as you go through, because that logo means something. Sometimes, in this case, it meant nothing to the people at Gap, but it meant something to their customers as you go through. Identify your brand, make certain that it creates consistency over your channels as you go through, and then your brand identity really draws some loyalty to you as well. It fosters an image, raises expectations, it makes you look different from your customers. And if you're a good person, if you have a good business out there, if you have a good logo, a good representation, and good connections, it also has an emotional connection to your clients. Take care.